What's up, guys? It's Bostic here. Welcome back to the Hennessy Performance Racing League. Tonight, F1 2023, our Division 1 series, here from Qatar Raceway. How we doing, everybody? I'm joined with my co-host, Miss Opes. Want to say hello?
Yeah, this is a great night tonight for some racing here at Qatar Airways Raceway in Qatar. We got a Ferrari booth tonight with a D1 and D2 driver. I'm suspended for this race for allegations we won't see on this broadcast. But as we see, we got some guys already going out. We got the Williams of Josh 101, a D2 merchant turned D1 yet again. Coming out for his outlap, and also the Heredia God, who I believe sits second in the points. So interesting to see these two out of their first outlaps.
Yeah, man, you really gotta get out there quick while the track is nice and ready for you, you know what I mean? Gotta make sure it's empty. You don't want to get impeded on this first lap. Let's go to our in-race reporter, Killer XL. Is that factual statement that I said? Is that true?
I don't know what you said, buddy, but I agree, and hell yeah.
See, guys, even one of our best drivers in the series agrees with me.
All right, you can quit with that.
I could
now.
quit with that? Okay, cool. Alright, we got Josh leading the charge here. He's going somewhere with it. There we go. So as we can see here in the bottom right, Josh is in Sector 3. This is our first car who will get onto their flying lap. We're going to see how this goes for him. As we see another Red Bull, I think, exiting the pit lane.
Yeah, I'm watching this always Joker guy. Not really sure what he's doing, weaving back and forth. It's very clear that the Mercedes strategy is off tonight. Looks like he's on his outlap, though. Usually Joker does 2 outlaps. He's one of those guys. Not really sure why he does it, but pretty sure it's to maybe get the tires a little bit warmed up. He's on his second outlap, though.
And of course, a purple Sector 1 for Josh, as he's the first one to be on their flying lap. Let's see what he does in Sector 2.
No idea how you see that information, but Josh is on a fast lap indeed. With another Williams behind him, Mike G on the outlap. And the Heredia God goes quickest in sector, or he does not actually. Yes, he does.
Goes purple in Sector 2 as well. That's crazy. Notable information for tonight, Jackson Allman has retired after last week. So he will not be racing. As Josh gets a poor exit coming through the final turn. What does he set? .122.4.
Yeah, he's going to be on pole, but not for long. Oh, actually, yes, he will. Heredia looks like he invalidates his lap. He's going to head down into the pits. We'll see what kind of lap Hex is on. 122.4 is the pace. Hex is coming out of the final turn now to settle out, and behind him, I believe it is the Ferrari of Freedom. And Hex is going to go quickest with a 122.1. We're going to go back down to Freedom here, who's invalidated his lap. Electric Days. Nope, that is not him. That'll be Clay on an outlap.
So I see a very interesting strategy here from the Haas of Big Jim 11 going out there, possibly on the full wets.
Yeah,
I don't know how you see that. I'm not on the racetrack yet.
You have it selected, so we see it. Bold strategy. We'll see if it works out for him. Joker, 121.6. Killer with a 122.4. Tiger with a 122 flat. This racetrack is shaped funny. It kind of looks like a chicken head. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, I mean...
Do you have the beak and then the 3 things on his head? Ugh. Gary coming around the final corner here. There's a clean lap. Let's see what he sets. Oh, that was Clay I was watching. 121.4. Gary's in the pits. Come on. Go Boom coming around the final corner in the Haas. DRS enabled. So the start finish line is pretty far down the front stretch.
Yeah, it is. It's like a little bit over halfway.
I'm not used to
on board
that.
here with the Red Bull of Killer XL, who I believe is trying to rub the rubber off of his tires here. Could be a good strategy to just get the dirty rubber off. I think that's what he's doing here. Gonna stay clear out of the way of the Williams, who's on his in lap, and we're gonna see Killer bringing the pits as well. Just gotta clean those tires off. Gonna see him speed into the pit lane here. Okay.
Yep.
Check out our Ferrari reserve drivers tonight stepping in. Gary and Freedom. Neither one have set a lap yet. I hope they do before this session is over. And I'm also excited to see what Heredia is going to do. He's P12 right now with an invalidated lap, but he was on pace for, I believe, sub 121 on his previous lap. So see what he can do whenever he gets back out on the track. Big Jim on his outlap on the softs.
He finally made up his mind. So we see Gary coming to start his first flying lap. See what he does here.
Yeah, Gary was running P2 in the D2 race last night, but he underfueled the car in the Alpha Tauri seat, so was unable to. I think he did finish in the points. He did finish 10th, but could have had a podium in that race for sure. But unfortunately, underfueled the car. Hopefully, he definitely learned from his mistakes this race, and we'll see what he can do on his hot lap. Sector 1 goes purple. Not sure if that's accurate.
We'll just have to wait and see here.
And Big Jim also starts his hot lap. Ferrari D2 driver in the Haas tonight for Paul Walker's Supra in that garage.
Oh, Gary has invalidated his lap through, like, I don't know what turn that is, but he invalidated it. Big Jim, purple sector 1. That can't be true.
That is incorrect. Jim is about 9/10 off in the first sector.
She's coming around.
Started his second hot lap. Gary, I'm not sure.
He invalidated. He'll have to come back. Really?
Yeah, he's just gonna go for it on the second lap with a 10% ERS.
That is a
Not
strategy.
sure where this. Yeah, I don't know where he's gonna place. Freedom's also on his outlap getting
Big
ready.
Jim invalidates his lap.
Oh man, that is.
They weren't lying about these track limits.
Nope, not at all. I think the next guy on their hot lap here is going to be Mr. Hex, trying to improve from P4, a 122.1. Wish I wasn't suspended for this race.
Rip, bro.
A lot of cars, a lot of traffic in Sector 1 there.
Oh my
Aston
goodness.
Martin's is well off.
Turn 1 goes crazy. It's Mr. X on the front stretch, setting possibly a better lap here. Improves, but not by much. 121.9.
Yeah, it goes to P3. We're going to go down to Josh here. He's on a 122.4. He has invalidated his lap.
Unfortunately.
On board with Freedom. Where is he going to go? He is also invalidated. as Gary goes 8th fastest with no DRS.
So we're going to see what Porchy does here. Goes up to P5, 122.1. So I think we see Clay on his outlap here. I'm going to scroll through the field. Already on his final lap, deploy used, it says. So, wow. Almost a whole second faster than our previous pole time with a 120.6.
Yeah, 120.6. That is a very, very competitive lap. I figured he would be sub 121s. I think Clay can definitely challenge that. He's on his second hot lap as well. Electric's on his out lap. He's going to start his. We do have a Mercedes coming line. That is Spin and Win. He is a very, very fast driver. We're going to see where he can stack up.
Invalidated.
Invalidated. He would have went P3 had he not. And Jackson Altman.
Jackson Altman makes a surprise entrance. He's done 0 laps of practice here. He said, and I quote, "I'm not going driverless," as he enters the session.
Yeah, excited to see Jackson Altman out on the track. I think with no laps of practice, he'll still be very competitive today.
With no laps of practice, he just means no laps of practice this week.
Yeah, that's what he means.
True.
For the Heredia God, though, you know, he's loading the bullet. He's loading the bullet right now. He thought it was going to be a breeze for him tonight, but very clearly, he's got another thing coming for him.
Do you think the Heredia God can be consistent enough to hoard off Jackson Altman?
Absolutely not.
I agree with that.
Yeah, nobody out on a lap right now. I believe, wait, Heredia might be. Nope, he's on his in lap. Clay is also on his in lap. I don't know what Mike G's doing. He's on his in lap, I believe.
Nope, Clay gets off track there. I don't know. I don't think he's on his in lap. I feel like Mike G might push for another one because he's at 97 ERS. As he speeds up. Does he go for a second lap? He does.
Yeah, I think he will. Yep. Good choice to abort early, work those brakes, and get that ERS back up. He always Joker on a hot lap as well. Nope. Yes, he is. He, inside report to the driver of the Mercedes, he's a 10th up on his lap. About 45 minutes before lights out. Always Joker, I believe, had to get a new controller once again. So new controller means, you know, possibly a little bit better performance.
Yeah, because that controller drift can really mess you up no matter what you're doing. So you don't want to have that, especially in a racing game where if you're trying to turn left, it might turn you a bit right. So thankfully he was able to grab a new controller today before the race started. So
yeah, he's gonna have to try to find some time in these final few corners, though. Only 3/10 up on his lap when we last saw it coming through sector 2, and that will not improve his starting position. We're gonna see coming to the line. An
121.2.
But not on the grid. Go back down to Mike G here, who's
And he must have been validated late.
Go Boom's about half a 10th up on his lap through sector 1. We only have 3 minutes left in this qualifying session. Jackson Altman is on the outlap with teammate Killer XL. Big Jim guy is also on his outlap. Yeah, I'd be shocked if Big Jim outqualified Freedom, considering Freedom ran the race last night.
Big Jim was busy at Daytona. He had to get a quick flight all the way from Daytona to Qatar.
I'm sure his body is very sore. Hopefully our team assistant / race strategist at Ferrari can help him in the sauna later.
I think they might have already helped him out. Because he's
Yeah,
looking good
hopefully.
so far.
Definitely looking good through this first sector.
Will he have any improvement through the first sector, as he does by a little over half a tenth there? Coming through
A lot of traffic in
almost the
front of
middle
him.
of Sector 2 there.
Killer
You've got the two
XL
Red
blocking the
Bulls.
road.
Killer XL might impede the Haas's lap of Big Jim.
Looks like he's going to steer out of his way, try to get in the wake of the Ferrari.
Now that right there is a smart. That right there is a smart race car driver to get out of the way. You don't want to get that five position grid penalty at the start of the race. Big Jim coming through the second to last turn.
Jackson Altman
Final
coming
turn.
to the line. What is Altman going to
Big
put on the
Jim.
board? He will not have pole. P4 for Altman.
Big Jim qualifies here with a 1:22.5, improved by 4/10 there.
Yeah, definitely upped his starting position on
And
the
he's
grid.
doing
Starting just
burnouts in the sand.
Oh my goodness, he's happy with that lap. You can tell here, trying to get the dirty rubber off the tires. Clearly,
Clearly.
just gonna rub that
As
rubber
you gotta
off.
think now, yep, there he goes, doing the burnouts here in turn 1. Everybody's gotta think, why is there a caution there? Let me tell you, we have a very happy Haas driver.
Uh-oh, Joker almost in the way of his teammate Slap spinning win. Spinning win, mate, he's not going to abort. He's going to stay on it, but that'll definitely impede his lap time a little bit. Heredia God is on his outlap. A 120.6 is going to be the time to beat. Tiger NASCAR, we haven't really talked about him much this qualifying session. Been a subpar performance for somebody of his stature, I'd say, so far into the season. He's going to invalidate as well.
Already invalidates his lap. This track is very unforgiving. There's a lot of runoff, but there is a lot of straight corners you got to go through.
Yeah, Freedom Flyer, about almost 6-7 tenths up on his lap. He's going to come out of the final corner, hopefully not invalidate, and set something competitive for the points. Gary as well on his last lap for Ferrari. Freedom's going to come across the line and go
P6.
P6.
It's almost like a... Oh my goodness, there's a... Nope. Been a win, decided, I don't want to do this anymore. And full throttled the wall.
Gary goes P11. See an Aston Martin coming to the line.
Big Jim embracing his inner rally driver, driving through this sand like this, as he does end up spinning out here.
And Porchy, that one Porchy dude, is going to be your last driver on a competitive hot lap, I believe. Maybe Hex is on one as well.
Hex isn't too far behind.
I think Porchy should put this one in the top 5. And we're going to see here. Yep, P4. Electric Days coming across the line. He's going to go P12. And Hex is going to... Whoa.
Interesting.
Nice one. How about Freedom? P7. Killer XL P9. Getting outdrove by Dawson Brush.
Gotta excuse me for a moment. I must use the restroom.
Yeah, go ahead, buddy. And that'll do it for the qualifying session here at Qatar Airways Raceway. The Heredia God on pole with Clay second and Joker rounding out your top 3.
So what's your predictions here, Miss Oaks?
I'm gonna go with a double Haas DNF, as well as Jackson Altman. Bold prediction: he will stand. Well, that's not really a bold prediction. We're gonna go Killer XL on the podium.
That is a bold strategy. Or a bold strategy. That is a bold prediction.
I think we're also gonna see a double Haas DNF.
I'm
What are your thoughts on
auditioning for
that,
Haas.
Big Jim?
This is my big breakthrough.
This is Jim's big breakthrough
What
in
are
the
your thoughts
D1
on that
for
qualifying
Haas.
session there, Big Jim, in your debut for Division
Dude, I
1?
felt fast as heck.
I also
Did you?
got a message. Got a message from Gary halfway through the qualifying session that this would be his tryout for Ferrari next season. So Jackson Altman, if you're listening, that's your guy for next season. So from our in-race reporters, what do you guys think this chaos is going to be like on lap 1? Any contact, any wrecks?
I feel like we'll see a crash for like 11th. But everywhere else will be clean and it'll be a safety car free race. Since,
Bad
we don't
gas.
have our safety car cars are in the race. All the way at the bottom, the fuel load, buddy.
Oh, car setup?
No, in race strategy.
Oh, sick. Thanks, bud. Sorry.
Nice.
I
Waiting for
expect you
players.
and Dylan to look like actual F1 commentators here. I want you screaming at the top of your lungs. Get hyped.
We are back.
We might have a broken lobby here, boys.
Yeah, Freedom Flyer
Why?
has.
It's
Freedom
saying
Flyer
we're
has a
under
penalty.
formation lap, but we're also under green, and you can make passes.
Yeah, Freedom has a drive-through for a jump.
Oh, there goes someone. I think it was because formation lap might have been turned on and then quickly turned off. But once it's set, it's set. So.
Five-second penalty for Josh. Severe collision with Tiger NASCAR. And we got guys DSQing. This will be the new lobby, I believe. Might get a new lobby, I'm not sure. Freedom's got 5 second or drive through. Josh has 5 seconds, and Gary and Tiger are disqualified from the event.
We might see here, because this says lap 0 for us here in the booth. Oh.
There are wings going everywhere in the back of the field as one of the Mercedes has DNF.
Watch out, boys. That Red Bull is pulling away.
This is special.
I didn't even have a grid slot to pull into.
I didn't know I had anti-stall clutch on, so I wasn't able to get off the formation laps.
I think this is a new lobby. Everybody's getting disqualified.
And here we go.
This is the easiest
And
win
away
of
we
my
are!
life. Dude, I'm not
We
even a
are
minute
off.
ahead of the field. I'm a minute ahead of the field.
And away we go here in Qatar.
And we're gonna get a new lobby up.
Wow, this is pretty interesting. I'm gonna see Killer. He's abusing this. He's just getting extra practice.
And we got a message in the Ferrari race chat. Masopes, put your ownership on the line. Jimmy gets a top 10, you sell the team. I hate to break it to you, Kenny. I have already sold the team next season. It's unfortunate. I believe Jackson Altman will be taking over Ferrari next year.
I am taking over Red Bull next year. So we're doing a little team swap. Except I keep the drivers. Guys, I'm a big fan of F123. I love the glitches. I love everything about it. We're going to try and load back in here. I think we're going to be able to set the grid ourselves. Because I think new invites have been sent out. Formation Pap. Thank you, Gary.
I think we should just take a minute here to just praise Codemasters and EA. Obviously, really good at developing games here.
Yes. We love Codemasters.
I was muted that entire time. Frank and Jim, they've got a flight back to Daytona. We're going to put them on the SpaceX Falcon X 9000 tonight to get them back from Qatar over to Daytona to do some stock car racing. You guys forget. Whoa.
Yes, at 12 o'clock midnight.
Yeah, Killer XL has told me that we are good for that flight. That we still have 2 hours to catch it. So hopefully no more delays here.
Pick your car, Big Jimmy. You're in the Haas. Come on.
Yes, we do have a tandem draft to get to at Daytona at 12 o'clock, and you can catch that race on Big Jim __11's channel.
Maybe.
As Big Jim has still not picked his car. Bold strategy there. As we wait for Masopes to join the lobby.
Oh no.
That Ferrari driver tonight. They're getting a little out of hand.
These Ferrari reserve drivers are crazy, man.
Crazy is an understatement. Hey, Big Jim, you got a copy, buddy?
Yeah, I got you loud and clear.
What is Kenny's predicted race strategy for tonight?
Kenny, what is your predicted race strategy? I have him right by my leg here. He's yeah, he's my race strategist. He's in car tonight. What's up? Your strategy is just to keep it on the track, or there's gonna be a lot of wrecks. Keep it on the track, because there's gonna be a lot of wrecks.
N4 on that.
And send a light cord.
What does he think the tire strategy is gonna be here?
What's the tire strategy looking like? Medium to soft.
N4.
And I did hear, I know none of y'all have picked up about it, but you do need extra fuel for this race.
Dude, did Gnarly Bro tell you that?
No, he didn't. Found that out on my lonesome, because people were complaining about it last night.
Ah. Good to know.
I don't think there were a lot of wrecks.
Does Kenny think there's gonna be a safety car? If so, what's our safety car strategy looking like?
What's our safety car strategy, Kenny? He's thinking really hard right now. I can see the smoke blowing through his ears. He doesn't remember what a safety car strategy is.
Ah.
I'm not sure what we paid you for.
Crew chief. Now here's the big question: with Ballstick going over the team next season, will Kenny have a role in the team?
You know, we'll have to play it by ear. We'll have to see if there's any competition for the team strategist slot. I think Kenny goes wherever Jim goes. So if Jim goes to a certain team, I think Kenny goes with them. So we'll see what free agency brings.
That's exactly what he just told me. He said he's going wherever I'm going.
We'll have to see where Jim decides to go next season. Nothing is confirmed.
I'm a pretty hot commodity. I'm not gonna lie.
He signed a contract, but we do not know which team he has signed it to quite yet.
There's also a lot of rumors around Masopes.
Yeah.
What he will do next season.
I think Masopes might be going to Alpine with Virginator.
Yeah, I love Alpine. Yeah.
I think that's where he's going.
I understand that without my agreement, Ferrari's put out a press release that said I'll be driving for them next season. This is incorrect, and I will not be driving for them.
Has Jackson said something?
I don't know. Apparently, my D2 teammate is going to be that killer XL guy for the Mercedes, because he's not good enough for D1.
I have signed a D2 contract, but I cannot confirm if it was Mercedes or not.
Yeah, I can confirm my contract with Mercedes, thankfully, for next season. I will be D2 in the German team.
So, just tell us why you decided on D2. Was D1 just too hard for you?
Yeah, way too hard.
So you went to go pick on the little guys because you couldn't keep the car clean in D1. Is that right? Seems like the Soaps not happy about that question.
Yeah, I refuse to answer.
10-4 on that.
He signed an NDA.
Remember to put your setup back in, Big Jim.
Thank you very much. I also have to remember the extra fuel.
You don't have to like put in extra fuel.
I'm gonna put in 80 gallons.
10-4 on that.
So, anyways, Kenny told me that glowing orb in the background is where they played the World Cup, the Men's World Cup. So, fun stat right there.
All right, as we are loading into the session.
No
8
formation
seconds,
lap.
no formation lap. So as soon as the lights are out, it's away we go. It is a green flag. Oh, no. All right, as we are waiting for players, we will shortly see the grid. Just a matter of waiting and waiting and waiting some more. As I think we will be giving the drivers 2 minutes to get their setups in. Sources say if drivers ready up before these 2 minutes are up, they will be banned from the league.
I might accidentally do
So
that.
pretty hefty penalty if you simply ready up.
Someone did.
It would... Uh-oh. Some drivers are not going to be very happy about this.
I believe Inside Report says it was the Heredia God. So that will be a 6-race qualifying ban. Unfortunate.
All right, as we are here on the grid, the 5 red lights are out, and away we go. Here's the Qatar Airways racetrack.
As we see the Aston Martin of Heredia get a pretty good launch, Joker's going to fall in right behind him. Porchi and Jackson side by side for that podium spot. Jackson already up a couple places from P5 on the grid, and he will take P3 as well, as Porchi getting the elbows out with the Alpha Tauri. Some contact made with Clay. Madness behind them.
As we see a couple drivers actually opt for the softs here on the start of the race. Jackson Holman's already climbing up from, I think, P5 from where he started. He's going to look for this lead here soon. As the whole grid is basically single file at the moment. Both Williams are 14th and 15th here. I think I saw one of them off track and towards the back.
Yeah, we're going on board with Jackson here. He's going to push the issue very quickly with the leader of Heredia. Wants to get out in front on those softs. Heredia's going to try to keep him behind as long as possible.
We get a caution for Josh. He, I think, is spun around. We will go back to the lead battle as Jackson pulls out, leads the first lap of the Grand Prix with a 1:29.9.
Yeah, it didn't take him long at all to get up there on those softs and grab the lead. It's just a matter of how much he can pull away. Porchi is on the softs as well, but he's just struggling to find the kind of pace Jackson is to get around these guys on the hards in front of him.
The top 5 already have slightly broken away from P6 and onwards. As Tiger might be in a land of his own as Josh goes off track once again.
Yeah, Freedom with an interesting strategy starting on the mediums. He's running P8 behind Hex. P9 is Go Boom on the softs. Go Boom trying to get aggressive with him.
He is on the hards.
Scroll back up to the lead, and Jackson Altman is already trying to break the DRS. He's about 7/10 ahead of Heredia. Heredia knows he's got to close this gap at some point on the hards. It's just a matter of what Jackson might do. And Josh already 3-second time penalty and no wing as well for the driver of the Williams. Back in P17.
So you look up. Look here, P3. Joker's already out of the DRS zone. Like, what's enabled? He doesn't even have that first lap without it's enabled to even be able to use it, as Jackson has a 1:24.2.
Clay's going to waste no time on trying to make a move on Joker.
Clay has places to be, and those places to be are the 2 spots ahead of him. He is not trying to wait any more time.
Running very quick right now. believe he's even losing a little bit of time to Heredia here, but we scroll on back through the field and checking our in-race reporters. We got Killer XL running P11 just behind Spin and Win. Going to try to make this overtake sooner rather than later, I believe, to not lose that gap to Go Boom, which Spin and Win's almost out of the DRS as we speak. And Big Jim just trying to hold on back there in 15th behind Mike G. Didn't get a lot of laps under his belt for this week, I believe, but stepping up into the D1 seat, and so far so good. Had a clean race, and he's running in front of 2 other people, so you always can look forward to that.
As we saw a quick exit from Josh. You gotta think, man, when does he get released? Now.
Yeah, now it's more a matter of when than if. I think we crossed that line today.
Yeah,
it's no longer an if. It's just a matter of when.
I think if I had to guess, we might see a Mike G replacement here and go full-time D1 with Riley in the second car.
Yeah, Mike G's done a few D1 starts already this season. He gets a little bit off on that last corner. Going to lose some time to Big Jim. The Williams team owner, our last report of him was a scandal tonight, and that's all we're gonna talk about here. Is the Williams owner currently involved in a scandal. Hopefully he'll get that resolved. As one of his drivers is already out. Mike G not really pressing for points week in and week out, but if some madness happens later throughout this race, he could definitely be a threat. He gets more consistent as the race goes on, along with the guy behind him and the guy in front of him. We see electric days in the back of the pack. A lot of these D1 races in the beginning, he finds his way into points as the race goes on.
As we saw there, Spin in the Wind makes the move, solidifies it as well. P9 gets it done, gets in front of Go Boom as well in those hards. I think the mediums for the start were honestly the call here. Because those softs, I mean, granted Jackson gained 5 spots, but they're going to die out soon. Spin in the Wind just going for another position, gets it done as well on Freedom Flyer. He is absolutely flying. Soretti gets a 3-second time penalty up in second place. I think he's pushing the issue too hard.
Yeah, the penalties are going to be a problem today. We've got a lot of guys already with warnings.
Speak of the devil there. Freedom with the 3-second penalty as well in the Ferrari. As Heredia goes for the lead.
I think Go Boom is also creeping up on that penalty list as well. Heredia sees he's got 3 seconds. Jackson's on the softs. If there's a time to go, it's now. Jackson's tires are going to start to degrade. He can start to mine this gap a little bit better. And Clay is also approaching, but that 3-second penalty just really hinders you from, thinking ahead. You've got to just race with it on your shoulders and not let it get to you. It's definitely going to hurt in the latter half of this race, I believe. Same thing for Freedom.
Yeah, with these softs, Qatar's a big track, so there's going to take less laps for them to come around, and these softs will last. So I'm thinking lap 9 or 10, they'll come around the pit as we see a caution in between Sector 1A and 2, as I think it gets cleared up there.
This was the Red Bull, our in-race reporter. We're going to go live to his radio feed here. We're going to try to get a little bit of information on what just happened, if he spun, what's going on. We got a copy, Killer?
Nope. I think it was the Ferrari driver who just took me out of the race, so we are done for the day.
And which driver was that?
Garrison?
Yeah.
So Garrison might have a target on his back from the Red Bull driver of Killer XL, as Garrison does it to himself anyway, gets a 3-second time penalty.
Yeah, that'll be his Jesus spanking for wrecking out the Red Bull.
As he is pitting here on these hards.
Interesting strategy. Might see a rage.
And what does he do? I think if he was retiring, he would have sped in the pit lane, as
Killer XL does.
They're both getting front wings changed, as Killer XL does end up retiring from the session, unfortunately.
Yeah, just unfortunate. Our in-race reporter.
Go get that Daytona ride, buddy.
We're going to get him something to drink, and we're going to get him back up in the booth here in a few moments.
Indeed.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
As he's already back, he's ready to go.
We are here.
As I think the AI is going to spit your car back out on the track, on the front stretch.
I just could not drive around this track with a broken rear wing. Just wasn't going to happen. Too many high-speed corners. We'll take our loss for the day.
You need that. Gotta save the damages. You gotta minimize them as much as you can for next week. As next week is Coda.
Yeah, we're just gonna save the engine and move on.
Move on to a better racetrack.
10-4 on that.
These top three are just absolutely broken away. 3.5 seconds. Gap
Jackson's
between.
gonna go for a move on Heredia. They make contact.
Heredia's not gonna take that lightly. He's gonna try and go around the inside.
Oh,
More
Heredia
contact.
forces him off.
More contact. Clay is just loving this right now. As we see a Mercedes off track, it is always Joker. I wonder what happened there. Just right on board here with our boy Clay for a moment.
All of these guys have used all their ERS pretty much. Clay is the most at 30%. This clear brings it back down to 8.
Jackson Altman just losing time on these softs. I don't know whether he's getting loose out of these corners. Can't get that grip. As he is gaining here, he's in the DRS and he's probably using his overtake button as Clay tries to go down the inside. Makes a late dive into turn 1. Takes the second position away from Jackson. Guess Jackson's not going to let him just run away like that.
Yeah, I think Jackson's softs here are really starting to fall off. I think he's going to have to think about pitting here pretty soon.
I think within these next couple laps.
Yeah, this top three, though, still nose to tail, about 6 seconds ahead of P4, which is Tiger NASCAR, with Porchy right behind him, and Spinning Wind just driven up through the field to get up to P6. Electric already in a point to P10. Porchy's going to go for it on
Yes,
Tiger.
Tiger had a moment, drops down to 6. I don't know what happened, but
When do these two guys pit here on these softs? I think, like I said earlier, a couple laps.
Yeah, there's got to be
Jackson,
some kind of
as long as Jackson can stay in his DRS, I think he's content.
Yeah.
Clay's going to go for the lead and make it stick into turn 1.
I didn't even realize Freddie already has a 3-second penalty. That's not good.
Yeah, especially with the longevity of this race and you know how prominent penalties are here. Spinning Wind already up to P4. He's going to overtake Kyler. You can tell Porchy's softs are really starting to hurt. And Tiger's already gained
Oh,
back
there's
on.
contact between Jackson and the Heredia god. Big contact. Heredia is around.
But they built up such a gap, he stays in third.
I don't think Jackson has a front wing.
Definitely got damage.
Yeah, he had
Honestly, I
to.
have no idea how to.
So he does have a front wing.
Yeah.
That looks like some heavy
looks like he's done
contact there.
damage.
Is that side pod damage to the left side of the Red Bull?
I don't know. Does that exist on standard?
Yeah.
As
He
Jackson does come down pit lane.
Pit road.
I mean, you've already lost the gap to Clay. I think this is a good choice. Go ahead and pit here. Let's get the new tires on.
Be interesting if he puts on mediums or goes for the hards here.
Goes for the mediums. Oh, Mike G and Freedom Flyer put out of the session. Safety car is out.
Deployed.
As
I
looking
believe-
from Team Air Jordan, there's a lot of
That's big
debris,
if
heavy
you're on the
debris.
mediums here.
This gives Garrison a chance to catch back up to the field as he's
This is
going.
big for the Haas of Big Jim here. He can go to the hards.
You go to the hards here, run the rest of the race, I think.
Yeah, I think that's well spin and win. This is not what Heredia God wanted to see.
No, I don't think this is what Clay wanted to see either. Clay was building up that gap.
And now, what do you do here? You know, if you're Clay, are you? How do you
gotta
feel
pick.
about?
You
how do you
gotta
feel about
pit for the
Jackson?
mediums here.
Yeah.
But does,
So does this pay
Jackson
off?
maybe come back in for the hearts? He's already down in 11th.
And Jackson has fulfilled that the tire requirement.
Oh, he's definitely warming up these mediums.
As Clay brings it down pit road.
Ready or Surly to follow, spin and win the same.
Everybody's got to come down. This is a nice break for Porchy on these softs, too. This safety car came at a perfect time for him.
We'll see if the Aston
really
Martins.
slow down pit road. Loses a spot to Porchy. Clay goes on the mediums.
I think
That's
Tiger
just
just didn't want to
Heredia.
get held up with the double stack, and he pulls it off just about perfectly.
Heredia has retired from this session.
Whoa.
His day is done.
Whoa.
I think he retired in the pit lane. But his car is still going to get spit out back on track.
Wonder
Why would he
why we're
retire?
seeing that.
Yeah, I wonder as
That-
well.
That leaves
Those
only
playoff
12 cars in this
implications
race.
After all that, Jackson does cycle back up to second.
And so now, you know, if you're somebody like Tiger or Spin and Win or Mr. Hex here, you know, you're looking at the three guys that really battled all race long together, Clay and Jackson. They pulled way away from the field. You know, this opens up a chance for a podium here for one of these guys that I just mentioned, Hex, Tiger, Spin and Win. I think all these guys can challenge Kyler for that third position.
I mean, they can, but we still have a long time, and we won't get going until probably, most likely next lap, or even the lap
Go Bruins.
afterwards.
Pit for the softs.
So did Electric.
I like Porchy here on the hards. I feel like the mediums will eventually fall off. The hards will come into play.
Yeah, because you gotta
Obviously,
try
a
and
lot
go
of
all,
Tiger degradation.
gotta try and go all the way here. Those mediums are nice, but once you get to like lap 16 or 17 here, they won't be pretty nice.
Yeah, it provides opportunities for guys in the hards like Porchy, like Spin and Win. We got in-race reporter Big Jim as well on the hards. And
Yeah, Big
Garrison
Jim, do you have a
on the
copy?
hards.
Yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing. My crew chief told me to go on the hards. I thought it sounded right.
It's not a bad
I think
call.
the hards was a good call there.
Wait, what do you think we were supposed to do?
I think you were supposed to go onto the hards there.
You want me
Yeah.
to stay on the same tire? I can't do that. I have to make a compound change. All right, hold on. I gotta clear some things up here.
And four is, I believe, our crew chief still learning F1, slowly but surely. He's getting a handle of it. He really tries his best.
Always Joker's Mercedes went straight, and it happened because of sticks drift, and that's why he lost all those spots.
That controller, you must have bought it off eBay.
Now, if you're Air Jordan, this is a big opportunity for you with only 12 cars in the race. 2 of them in front of you are on softs and have to pit again. No mistakes, and you should come out of here with points.
I'm not sure what the strategy the Ferrari drivers got, but
I don't think Gary's going to be able to catch up in time because the safety car will just go without you.
yeah, I think he'll be able to catch up. But I mean,
Call
switching to the
him up.
mediums,
Call them up.
Ooh, almost got some contact between Electric Days and Always Joker. Joker lagging off heavy from Big Jim.
Surprisingly, only Gary is the one with a penalty so far in this race.
I believe the rest of them crashed out.
You would have a good point there.
As Jackson has one warning for track limits so far. Josh got a bunch of warnings in a lap.
As Gary barely gets back to the safety car, as he will be able to restart with the pack. That safety car is booking it.
You've got a full push here if you are Hex or Tiger. Even Go Boom on the softs. You've got to go here.
Yeah. As here we go, back green.
Clay gets away. Already a half-second lead here. Everyone using their overtake.
Go Boom's already got that second gap between him and Spin and Win from that restart. Joker's looking for a move on Big Jim. So's Electric.
I think that's smart if you're Big Jim there to give up those positions. They'll come back to you.
Yeah,
I wasn't trying.
you got time.
As we hear, Big Jim was not trying to give up the spots. As there's already a big gap between second and third, as we've seen at the beginning of the race. And Jackson is pushing. You can tell he wants that lead. He wants that clean air.
That clean air is key.
Yeah, especially at a high-speed track like this, as he turns on his overtake.
Electric
gets a
Days
3-second penalty.
And he's
And
off
Rex.
the track.
loses all those positions there.
He loses his wing there.
And Hex is going to go for it. Overtake is on. He wants the podium position at third.
He gets it. If you're Portia here, you just gotta stay patient on those hards.
Yeah. These hards will come back to all these guys who've lost positions from that restart. They'll come back because those mediums aren't going to last those full 20 laps. Like, they'll last, but they're not going to be the mediums they want at that specific time. So those hards will be heating up.
If you're Jackson, you gotta get the lead now and go, because you gotta assume he's gonna be getting some kind of penalty for his contact
stepping
with
away.
Radios. It looks like he might be lagging, or maybe went to his AI.
Oh, he lagged out.
Oh, he left the session.
He
Wow.
must have lagged out of the session. That's going to hurt him because this AI isn't turned up that high, I don't believe.
No, that is huge for Hex and Porchy, even Tiger. There's Go Boom back here on the softs, trying to work his way through.
It's Hex with a
gets
3-second.
3-second penalty.
If I were Hex, I would not have wanted to see that right there.
Oh yeah, and because Jackson lagged out, he's also a ghost.
Yep. So they could just go right through him. His DRS has been enabled. As Tiger makes a move on Porchy there, we saw through the ticker. As you gotta think, Gobu might try to make a move here shortly as well with the softs. Jackson has joined back.
Altman has joined back.
He lost a lot of time, but he kept that position.
Can he get back into his car before Hex overtakes him? Is the real question. And it doesn't look like it's going to happen. As Hex does go for the pass and completes it. Oh, and Jackson actually loses 2 more spots. It looks like Jackson is back now.
It might take him a couple turns to get back into the groove.
Porchy down to 5th. Maybe even 6th
Oh,
here.
is he trying to block Go Boom?
Yeah, that was not very clean as Go Boom gets 3 seconds from it.
Portuguese way off track. That had to be a warning. Big Jim with a 3-second time penalty.
Oh, contact. Anyone gonna look for a move here on Go Boom. Clean racing there. Oh, Joker lurking right behind.
Joker's ready to
He's
take
actually
this
gonna get
position
back
away.
by his teammate. Oh, can he maybe go for... Yeah, he is. And he does it. Wow.
Well, gets the move. Done?
Not done
3
yet.
wide?
Oh,
Done.
he does.
The spin one gets pushed off track because Porchy and Go Boom just
Porchy
can't
is-
stay away from each other. So you gotta
Yeah,
think.
that is not very classy from Porchy.
Yeah, this mid pack is just a bloodbath.
We've seen that a lot from Porchy. He loses his temper and he's just has no racecraft when he does that. So
It's the
for
unfortunate
Go Boom.
truth.
Jackson moves back into 2nd, 5.4 seconds behind our leader. What are your thoughts here, Masopes?
All right,
10-4, I agree with that.
10-4, driver. Cause you gotta think here. How hard is Go Boom gonna push to try to get back to the Porchy and maybe give back
It's
some of that
F1,
medicine?
So you really can't do anything. Plus, he's on the softs, and those are gonna fall off.
Yeah,
pretty
he's
soon.
got like 2 laps to get back to him if he wants to do anything.
Yeah, his hope is that spin and win and him battle into one of these turns.
And
They snake down the front straightaway.
A spinning one is Porchy's D2 driver in the Alfa Romeo. As we can see, he belongs up here in D1.
I do agree.
But it's due to scheduling constraints, so
Masopes, do you have a copy, buddy? Seems like
I think we gotta try
Buddy,
channel 2.
booth. Yeah, let's go to channel 2 here. Hey, Masopes, it's Mikey from the booth. Do you have a copy?
I don't think he's interested right now.
I talked to our in-race reporter, but he has some ground to make up, so we'll leave him alone.
We will leave our in-race reporter. He's got to push. Let him cook, as Yarno says.
Yeah, let him cook.
Yarno
So
Goatmere.
his Joker closes in here on Hex. They had some oh no moments last week. You can say as Electric gets another 3-second penalty.
Just to add insult to injury there.
Yeah, 53 seconds back. I don't think it's really gonna matter.
Are you
Probably
looking
just
for?
out there mad
Are you looking at the leader interval or the position interval?
leader?
He's currently 38, almost 39 behind Air Jordan as
Always Joker's
Mr.
gonna go for
Hex.
the pass here on Hex.
trying to
Maybe Hex
weave.
is gonna go for the side draft here, and always Joker gets by. Oh,
Both
so does
Porchy
Porchy.
does too. Porchy guys gonna dive down the inside of always Joker. I don't think he'll be able to get it
Hex.
done there.
Always Joker keeps 4th there.
Under fire for Porchy
Jackson
in those
Altman
hards.
has not made up any time on our leader. Tiger's staying right with Jackson.
From what we've been able to see, Clay's also a very quick driver. And Jackson, whether it's just one lap older tires, they're still technically uneven there. So,
Clay puts in the work for sure.
Clay's a little sweat.
Spinner one gets around Mr. Hex.
I think these hards
I
are
didn't
coming
realize
out.
it, but Go Boom did pit for the mediums.
I think these hards are coming out and they're shining.
I agree, but Porchy's focus right here has got to be P2, I think. There's no way he's catching the leader
Yeah.
without the safety cars. He goes off track, and Tiger gets a 3-second penalty.
That must be an area of the track that doesn't get detected for going off track, because we've seen a bunch of drivers take all 4 off. Nothing to show for it though. Is Porchy in the DRS zone uses the overtake button.
Always Joker also has DRS, so it's a problem here for Porchy.
Yeah, they got a little train going on now.
I don't know if Tiger at the moment, but Jackson has pulled back away from him. Destroyer! Other booth guy again. Hey, Masopes, do you have a copy?
Yeah. Yep, we're back.
Alright, cool. What are your thoughts here on the final 10 laps?
I don't know, man. I just want to go get some extreme moose tracks. I have no idea.
Oh, it's spinning
Oh my
with
God.
Porchy.
Oh, wow. Friends turn enemies here at Qatar.
Nah, I think that's intentional.
Yeah, I think that was intentional as well. That is a 300 race ban.
We know that there was some discrepancies going on in the Alfa Romeo garage. Earlier this morning, we had stories unfold that Spin and Win no longer is happy with his D2 seat in the Alfa Romeo. He can now race D1, and he's looking for that D1 ride. Ferrari has a seat open. That could have encouraged Porchy to drop this driver.
I agree with you there.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's going to take a lot for Porsche to even, if Spin and Win gets a 3-second time penalty, I don't think Porsche's going to want to let go of Spin and Win either, so we're going to have to see whether he demands release or if a trade comes out.
Definitely won't be a trade with Ferrari because we're hurting as it is.
Yeah, we're hurting our
That's
team chemistry needs to get back up, and that's why we have a mainly Ferrari booth here with our good buddy from Red Bull Killer. As we will continue on.
Driver.
Yeah, he is a Ferrari
An
driver.
honorary Ferrari driver.
Nah, he's signed under contract.
Do we see retaliation here between Porchy and Spin and Win?
I don't know. Porsche might get reported for something else.
You gotta think, Porchy is gonna leave the league after this race and then join back tomorrow.
He needs a little break.
Like Speed.
Indeed.
It's like Speed
Like
00000 racer.
I'm sure we'll see him in about 7 days' time.
I'm thinking 2 days.
Nah, he just went off to college, so there'll be a delay.
Ah,
You gotta take that into account.
As I do believe here, over half the grid has penalties.
all but 5 drivers have a penalty.
Yep. 7 drivers out of these 12 all have time penalties of some sort. Whether it's 3, 5, or 6.
Let's try to talk to our in-race reporter here, Big Jim.
Got a copy, buddy?
How you feeling?
Yes, sir. What's up?
How you feeling?
Slow.
Do you think
Really,
you're
really
gonna hang on
slow.
for
These
P9
Haas
here?
engines are not very good.
You do know Haas engines are Ferrari engines.
Yep, they both suck.
They're the same engine.
They both suck. I
There's
know
only
that
one.
equal performance is on. Just play with the role play here.
There's only one engine though. That's you're saying both engines. There's only one. It's
Yeah,
one
they
engine.
both suck. They both
Okay.
suck.
Yep. What's our race strategist? Our Ferrari race strategist.
Yeah, what's our
here?
strategy right now, Kenny? I haven't heard from you in a while. Debating? 10-4.
Debating.
I'm not quite sure. I'm slow as hell, though. I am so slow.
That is
Hit for
to the
soft.
swear jar. Soft.
I am not pitting. I am not pitting.
I know you,
Yeah, that's
you
a-
might want to steal that fastest lap of the race there, Jimmy.
I just got a warning. All right, I'm going back to channel 2. See y'all.
Okay, bye.
All right.
That is to the swear jar for Big Jim.
So what did I miss? I was here and
You
Clay
missed
Jackson-
nothing.
Clay and Jackson were nose to tail, and now Jackson's 8
Oh,
seconds behind.
because Jackson lagged out for a little bit.
Hey,
Okay.
Dylan, check the honorary age chat here.
Yes, sir. Ted 4 on that one, buddy.
Yeah, buddy.
We're gonna get back to the race at hand.
As it looks
Jackson, I
like.
thought we were at a
Gets
different part of the
another
racetrack.
3-second penalty. Oh, and Porchy moves Hex, but Hex hangs onto it, unlike Porchy was able to do.
No, we saw Porchy from the NASCAR portion. He's not afraid to give a bump.
We've seen him in the F1 version, not afraid to give a bump either. So
Yeah, but you give him
He has-
fenders. Whew. You
I've seen
might
an
think.
incident with him at Darlington in the Xfinity Series, but we'll go on about that a different day.
Yeah. Carlo, by the way.
High, you mean? I think.
Huh?
Car high. Weren't you the high?
Yeah, but he said Carlo. But we're
Okay, 10-4.
gonna see how the rest of this race unfolds here. We're having a fantastic time up here in the booth. This Joker might go for a move here on Heredia. This is not Heredia.
That
This
is
is Tiger NASCAR.
And he isn't going for the move.
He's just gonna ride
Interesting.
behind. I don't.
I don't know about that call.
I'm not quite sure. Spinman's under fire here. Mr. Hex, Porchy just completely misses the corner. We'll be seeing you.
Porchy is just trying to get to spin and win at this point.
Porchy is not happy with the reserve driver in the Mercedes.
For the interval here, and Big Jim with the 3-second is not looking to hang on the P9 here if he keeps his pace up. Team Air Jordan is closing in.
Points are points, though.
But Go Boom on those fresh tires is also closing in.
I think Goboom has 6. Yep. No, Goboom has 3. Electric with 9.
Yeah, who let Electric cook?
Mr. Hex.
Mr. Hex gets 6.
Porgy's just looking to stay behind. Possibly stay within those 3 seconds for spin and win. Because he'll be able to gain that position and get up to P5. I think Joker's doing the same with Tiger. Joker doesn't need to push it too hard because Tiger does have that 3-second penalty. As long as he stays within 3 seconds, we'll take that podium position away from the Aston Martin driver.
Clay
has checked out.
Away from Jackson. 9 seconds now.
Clay is gone. Porchy looks like he's right on Hex's tail.
Looks like Air Jordan might have maybe pit.
I think so.
Not sure.
That
He
My
was gonna
strategist
finish.
just told me he did.
Interesting.
I think Electric is also going to try and steal that fastest lap point from, I think
Hearing
it's
that when
Jackson
Jackson
Altman.
left the race, someone logged into his account.
Oh,
Yeah. And Heredia did not rage quit. He had to pick somebody up.
indeed.
So, as Spin and Win moves past his teammate, Always Joker had many opportunities to pass Tiger and did not do so.
I think he's just kind of right behind. Tiger does have that penalty. So,
That is true, but Tiger's only 4.3 seconds behind Jackson. Maybe Joker could have made a run for Jackson.
true.
As Porchy is still stuck behind Hex, Joker might lose another spot.
Porchy goes for the move on the inside of Hex. I don't think he'll get it done, though.
What do you think your Joker's strategy here is, Mason?
Win the race
Yeah,
Probably.
I agree with
I
that
agree.
strategy.
from
Giving
P5.
up 2 spots. Yeah.
No, I don't know. I mean, maybe the guys in front of him. Wait, he gave up third?
He could
He
have
was-
passed Tiger NASCAR a few times
Hex.
and didn't do so, as Hex has 9 seconds now.
I'm not sure. Maybe he's just trying to hold on.
Electric,
As Electric Days gets the fastest lap of the race.
Steals it.
On the soft compounds. Tiger actually closing in on Jackson here. I think that was a missed opportunity for Always Joker.
Yeah.
But he could be having tire issues and he's trying to protect them. You never know. Maybe underfueled.
Yeah. As he was telling everybody else to overfuel, or at least keep the fuel where it's at. He could have made that mistake not thinking.
Exactly. As we did have to restart, so it could have thrown him off. But I do not see the fuel light on his dash.
I do not either.
And we did a safety car, so everybody should be good. I just struggle to understand Always Joker's strategy here.
Yeah, I don't know. He's under fire by Hex, who also has a penalty. I think he's just going to let it ride. He's got to be careful with letting it ride, though, because Tiger only has 3 seconds of penalties. He doesn't want to fall outside of that 3. Same with spinning when his Porsche gets by Hex there.
Yeah, that's the race for the podium there. It's 5th and 6th. Joker and Portugal, as long as they stay within 3 seconds of Tiger, they should. One of those two should get the podium place, but...
I'd really like to see Portugal get to spin anyone here, but we're just running out of laps here. I don't.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
As spinning one actually passes Tiger for 3rd.
Yeah, both those drivers have 3-second penalties, so they are in a race of their own.
If spinning went on the hards, Joker has to worry about spinning one maybe pulling 3 seconds on him. That'd be worst case scenario.
Yeah, I would watch that gap that Tiger holds to him and make sure I'm holding that same gap to Tiger. How about Clay, though? What a performance from the AlphaTauri driver. Will this be his? This should be his first win of the season, correct?
I think
so.
Yeah.
Because he got punted at Silverstone.
Yep. Clay is a 3-time F1 winner in Division 1 of Hennessy. This will be win number 4 today, and it'll tie him with former HPL legend AK Unleaded for 6th in the all-times list.
Spinning one gets another 3-second penalty.
Wow, that's just going to kill the battle there for him and Tiger.
I can't wait to hear Always Joker's explanation on why he did not pass Tiger 10 laps ago.
You know, we'll make sure to have that question in the question bank there for him. If he
I'd
does
be
end
worried
up in
about
the booth.
Porchy here, though. We're coming to the final lap. Porchy's ERS fully deployed, and he's on the hards. He could make a move on Joker. Well, second to last lap.
2 laps to go here. Whoa. Still green.
Good midfield battle today.
Got Gary and Hex right on each other. I believe both of these guys have 3 seconds.
Hex has 9 seconds.
Oh.
Yeah, Hex is losing. Hex might lose. Oh, as
You're
he
Big Jim here. You've got to hit the gas. That's
loses that spot.
one more mistake from Hex, and you could get 8th in your debut.
Yeah, he's a second in that range to get in that spot. Hex is 18 behind.
3 more since Jim has 3.
Oh, that is true. He is
Hex
2 seconds out. Hex is not having a good time with his
Jim
mediums.
on the hards. And puts on the overtake. Well, let's go back up to Porchy and Joker.
We're gonna hide the UI here for the final lap. Clay takes the white.
Clay absolutely cruising right now. Spinning win moves back by Tiger. Looks like Always Joker hangs on to P5 there.
Yeah, so far, so good.
Both have 8 ERS, 8%.
Both of them are trying to use the ERS as much as they
Always
possibly
Joker
can.
is flashing with fuel right now.
I think he'll
As
be
is
okay.
Jackson.
You would hope.
Yeah, I think they'll be just fine here.
You'll always Joker make a mistake that he's been saying all week not to make.
Sporty just can't hang on. With those hards, you'd think they'd be the better tires here, as he does gain a bit through there. Got a better exit. Turn the UI back on. I have no idea where we are. Oh, oops. I think we see
goes
Clay.
to the final corner.
Clay's gonna come around the final corner and end up winning this race. I think Joker might hold on here. Port's gonna have to send it if he wants any chance. Joker comes around the final corner. I think he should secure the third position.
And he does.
As he
Moves
does.
up to third doing so.
Porchy gets up to fourth. Tiger down to fifth. Spinwin down to sixth. Gary's in seventh. Hex eighth. Big Jim crossing the line ninth. Go Boom crossed the line 10th, which leaves Air Jordan 11th.
Oh, that's gotta hurt if you're Big Jim. 1.5 seconds.
Air Jordan should get this spot though. We'll see. To the line.
To the
And he
line.
does.
I got
He
points.
does.
I'm ecstatic. I don't know what you're talking about.
You were 1.5 seconds out of 8th there.
Oh yeah, I was slow as hell.
That's another one for the sway jar.
Oh gosh, no.
What?
The heel tap. It's back. And this isn't even Jackson this time. This is Clay, correct?
Clay.
Correct.
Mm.
Alright, I'll be back.
So we're going to run through the top 10. Clay with the win. Jackson second place after a surprise entrance. Joker with a third. Porchy fourth. Tiger fifth. Spinning win sixth. Gary 7th, Hex 8th, Jim 9th, and Air Jordan 10th after Go Boom's, I think, 9-second penalty? 6-second penalty. So we're going to move on to our lobby once it goes on through.
Orioles won. Oh, sorry.
Oh my goodness gracious. How dare you say such a thing on
I
the
didn't have my
Oakland
microphone from my
Athletics
face.
sponsored broadcast?
Who are we adding?
Clay, Joker's already here, and
Jackson.
Jackson Altman. As we could probably just get going with the interviews here, since we already have our third position driver. Always Joker after that one. After that thriller, how are you feeling after that?
I'm okay. Obviously not the result I wanted. I think I could have finished P2, but Heredia reading up at the start made me forget to change my fuel because I was adamant on seeing who readied up. And then obviously the stick drift with the controller, car just went straight, even with this new one, so there's just, I don't know.
Well, I'm going to pass it on over to either Miss Soaps or Killer, whichever one of these two guys want to give you one of their questions.
Killer, go ahead. You had a question for him.
Told you, put it in the question bank. He is
Killer's
AFK. As I do forget what that question was. So, do you have an idea? Oh, here it is. What was the thought process by not actually trying to make a move on Tiger there? While he had those penalties.
Just saving fuel, with Heredia readying up. I forgot to adjust the fuel all the way to the laps I needed to make it, and yeah, I barely made it. I think I was like 5.005 to the good. So I was just saving, and there was no real need to pass him because he had the 3 seconds. So obviously, if I didn't have to save the fuel, I would have passed him.
We had to wonder if you didn't take your advice that you've been telling everyone else for the past week to not underfuel the car, as you will have to overfuel because this track is a gas guzzler. But I'm glad you were able to finish the race in one piece for the most part, get that car across the line as well. As that was a good result from you tonight. Now, I know not the result you wanted, but thank you for joining us up here in the booth. As our second place driver will not be joining us, we will move straight over to our winner, Clay. How are you feeling, man?
I'm feeling great, my man.
What's that, your first one of the season so far?
Yeah, baby.
That's what we love to see out here for the AlphaTauri team. Now, take us through your mind. When that safety car hit, what were you thinking?
I mean, I wasn't first. I thought like Jackson had good pace, so I was worried we were gonna battle. But then he disconnected when at the end of the safety car when it ended. He disconnected for some reason, and then it gave me confidence that I can just drive away.
Yeah, that was a very unfortunate disconnect for Jackson Allman. You had to think, was that the thing, like the event that gave you that win, or do you think you would just be able to hold on anyway when you saw him disconnect?
I mean, I was pulling away from him, but yeah, I think I would have had a pace to keep up and at least pull up a second gap from him. Yeah, but I think it would have been close though.
Well, I got you, man. Miss Soaps, if you want to say something to Clay, our winner.
No, I mean nothing. Just congratulations on your first win this season. It's your fourth, I believe, all time in D1. So good. I mean that's good. With or without Jackson disconnecting, I think you're right. I think you would have had a really, really competitive day no matter what. And my biggest question was Heredia. Even with the 3 second penalty, if he hadn't have gotten that, and if he would have been able to stay in the race, what the race could have looked like then. But we'll never know. But good win. Gracias.
Yeah, man, I want to thank you both for showing up to the booth tonight. Congratulations on the win, Clay. Congrats on the podium, Joker. Next week is COTA. So Wednesday and Thursday, we have our Div 2 and Div 1 divisions both going to COTA next week. That should be a good one to watch. I hope you guys all in the chat join us then as well. And on behalf of the Hennessy Performance Racing League, thank you very much for joining us tonight, and we will see you guys next week. Have a good one.